Good morning and welcome to Newsfirst Prime Time Sunrise.
Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to Primetime Sunrise with me, Shane Silva, on the 2nd of January 2014. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Servicers of the OIC of the Vallampitiya police suspended on suspicion of possessing heroin. New school term to commence today. 6,500 missing persons complaints reported from the north and east. And UN says atrocities committed by both sides in South Sudan. On to your stories in detail. Now, the Presidential Commission appointed to investigate complaints on missing persons says that they have received 6,500 complaints from the north and east of the country.
Chairman of the Commission, retired High Court Judge Maxwell Parnagama said that according to the complaints lodged by relatives, these individuals are reported to have disappeared between 1990 and 2009. In addition to this, complaints have also been received on the disappearances of 4,500 military personnel. The chairman said the receiving of complaints was stopped on the 31st of last month. He added that investigations into the complaints will commence on the 17th of this month. Accordingly, the investigation of complaints received from the Kilinochchi district will be held from the 17th to the 21st of this month.
The services of the OIC of the Vallampitiya police have been suspended on suspicion of possessing heroin. Police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana said that disciplinary action will also be initiated against the police officer. Meanwhile, the OIC, who was taken into custody, was presented before the Colombo Additional Magistrate yesterday. The suspect was remanded for a period of 7 days based on a request made to court by the Colombo Crimes Division. Now, the Sri Lanka Police Department has become a source of news in the new year, with the Vallampitiya Police OIC's arrest on heroin possession charges and the human rights charges against the department taking centre stage. Now, according to the Sri Lanka Human Rights Commission, the highest number of complaints were reported against the police department. We now have online with us police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana. Good morning, SSP Ajit Rohana.
Good morning to you.
SSP Rohana, now if you could please elaborate and if you could just give the police department's feedback on these charges that have been leveled against the police department with regards to the human rights charges. What is the police department's reaction to that?
Actually, we welcome all the instructions, guidelines given by the Human Rights Commission. So generally, Human Rights Commission has been established in order to uphold the fundamental rights of the citizen of this country. Especially, the police deals with every rights that have been embodied in the Chapter 3 of the Constitution. Especially the police use force sometime in order to disperse unlawful assembly or a crowd, and in addition to that we make arrests, we make detentions, and in addition to that sometimes if a protest campaign is conducted, if the road is blocked, we have to take appropriate action. Then the freedom of expression is there. So therefore it is not a wonder that a large number of complaints has been received against police, because police is the main institution that deals with the rights of the citizen. But it doesn't say that we should deprive the rights of the citizen. Every time we have instructed our subordinate officers to respect and uphold the rights of the citizen of this country.
SSP Rohana, now as much as the people are with the police department, there is also a certain degree of reluctance to access police stations, to make complaints, etc. Now, what are the measures that the police department would be taking in order to mitigate this reluctance from the public?
Especially we have established children and women bureau units at police station level. So each unit has a female officer. So generally, the women can access to the police directly to that particular unit. And apart from that, we have upgraded and we have changed our training curriculum. We have inserted main concepts of customer satisfaction, and apart from that, empathy, counseling, all these issues. Therefore, apart from that, we conduct advanced training courses for newly promoted officers. Every time we have taught them to value our customers. And in addition to that, we have introduced a special hotline, police IG's help desk, 119, LIGP email. If public is having any problem or any grievances in respect of police action, so they can directly complain. In addition to that, we have decentralized the police public day. Every Wednesday, senior DIG or DIG in respect of that particular area should conduct a public day. So then the general public, they can entertain their complaints or inaction of police. So these are the measures that have been taken by police in order to satisfy our customers.
SSP Rohana, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, as mentioned earlier, the new school term will start today. Accordingly, the first term for both the Sinhalese and Tamil mediums will conclude on the 8th of April.
The Minister of Education, however, noted that 79 schools which are being used as marking centres for the GCE ordinary level examinations will not commence today. These schools will reopen on the 9th of January.
The Ministry of Public Administration and Home Affairs says that plans are underway to enroll 4,050 Grama Niladaris to the public service. Secretary to the Ministry PB Abekur noted that the new recruits were chosen after an exam was conducted in this regard.
The Secretary to the Minister of Public Administration and Home Affairs noted that their letters of appointment will be presented in the coming weeks. It was reported that the new batch of Grama Nildaris will be dispatched to those areas that require the services of these officers. Abekun also noted that the training program will be also conducted within the coming days for the new batch of Grama Nildaris.
A hotline has been introduced to receive complaints regarding private buses. Accordingly, the public may now lodge complaints through the hotline number 0716 550000. The Ministry on Private Transport said that any complaints on bus services operating in any province can be made via this number. The hotline will function between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. daily. Meanwhile, a Skype service too has been introduced at the same ministry to resolve issues faced by passengers. The ministry said that this service was introduced with the aim of instantly resolving the issues faced by the public. A fire broke out last night in the Colombo Sedawatta Kasalakanda area.
Reports state that the blaze broke out at around 10 last night. The fire was doused with the help of the Colombo Fire Brigade. It also noted that the firefighters had taken around an hour to douse the blaze.
The Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment says that a special program will be implemented this year to ensure the safety of Sri Lankan migrant workers and uphold their rights overseas. We now cross over via live DG to the Deputy General Manager of the SLBFE, Mangala Randenia. Good morning, Mr. Randenia. Now we have
the protection of the migrant workers. The Ministry of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare and the Bureau of Foreign Employment have made several arrangements based on the 2013 lessons learned. In 2014, the Honorable Minister and the Secretary of the Ministry will be signing is very special MOU with the government of Saudi Arabia, with the Labour Ministry, in order to ensure the protection of the Sri Lankan migrant workers, with a special emphasis to the domestic sector workers. Now, when this the MOU will be signed, these workers' rights as well as their social rights will be ensured. And we would like to mention in this very important occasion the arrangements made locally in order to minimize the issues faced by the Sri Lankan workers, especially the domestic sector women workers, increasing the minimum age and obtaining the family background clearance report. And also, based on the lessons and the agreement signed with Saudi Arabia, we might be able to replicate same type of well-developed MOUs with the other labor receiving countries too.
Mr. Randanya, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Sri Lankan cricket coach Graham Ford, addressing a media briefing held yesterday, noted that Shaminda Iranga and Suranga Lakmal had the opportunity to play more test cricket, and Sri Lanka will be able to develop a unit that's capable of making more of an impact against high-quality batsmen.
Looking centuries by Yunis Khan and Pakistani skipper Misbah-ul-Haq gave Pakistan a 123-run lead on day 2 of their first test encounter against Sri Lanka. The game, which worked off at the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi, saw Sri Lanka being restricted to a first innings score of 204 runs. 217-run fourth wicket stand between Yunis Khan and skipper Misbah-ul-Haq ensured that Pakistan took the lead on day 2. Meanwhile, Misbah-ul-Haq went on to score his 5th century in the longer version of the game and remained unbeaten on 10. Pakistan ended the day 2 on 327 for 4 with a lead of 123 runs. Yesterday, Shaminda Iranga and Suranga Lakmal were the only wicket takers for the Sri Lankan side. Meanwhile, Sri Lankan coach Graham Ford said, quote, "If Iranga and Lakmal had the opportunity to play more test cricket, we'll be able to develop a unit that's capable of making more of an impact against high-quality batsmen," unquote. He further went on to say, quote, "To make that progress, you need to be playing test match cricket. These guys had made some progress previously, but we are almost back starting from square one again with them," unquote. Graham Ford further added, quote, "Test match bowling is about bowling in partnerships and identifying your role," unquote.
According to the Department of Meteorology, showers are expected in the eastern part of the island and thunder showers at several places in the southwestern parts of the country this evening. Here's a look at today's weather forecast in major towns and cities across the island. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Primetime Sunrise. Thanks a lot for joining me and hope you have a great day ahead.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.